Eli Torres had always believed that hospitals had their own pulse, a hush draped over each hallway, a rhythm beneath the fluorescent lights, the thrum of distant alarms mingling with the shuffling gait of night nurses. Tonight, the corridors felt particularly hollow, the staff reduced to a skeleton crew, answering too many call buttons at once. Eli relished the challenge of the night shift, but as the hour crept past 3 a.m., a peculiar fatigue invaded his bones, accompanied by the uneasy awareness that something was just off. He stood in front of the nurse's station, organizing medication trays for the dawn rounds, when the intercom crackled. No code, no requests, just static, like breath caught in the wires. Shrugging, Eli went back to his work, but a low metallic clang echoed from further down the west wing, sharp enough to draw his attention. The maintenance crew hadn't scheduled repairs tonight, and he was certain he was the only floor nurse still awake. Curiosity overrode caution. Eli pocketed his phone and moved towards the sound. The western corridor rarely saw much use at night. Most of the rooms there were old, some converted to storage, if not boarded up entirely. His footsteps trailed to a battered white door at the end of the hall. He reached for his keys and froze. There was something strange about the door. The paint was older than the rest of the hospital, yellowed and curled at the edges. No plaque, no room number, no record of it on the staff master plan. Still, that weightless clang had come from inside. Eli hesitated, then pressed his hand against the door. It gave slightly under the pressure, revealing the metal locking bar taped awkwardly across its width. After wrestling with the stubborn latch, he cracked the door open and was swallowed by a gust of stale, cool air. Inside, darkness pooled heavily, broken only by the spill of emergency lights struggling to reach the walls. Stepping forward, Eli's flashlight beam flickered across tiled floors, faded murals, the shadowed bulk of beds, all arranged as if time had stood still for decades. At the far wall, a single cot occupied by a figure sat upright, skinny arms folded over knees. Steel shackles circled the patient's ankles. For a moment, Eli couldn't breathe.
Who are you?
I could ask you the same thing, Eli.
Do you need help? Are you hurt?
Not in the way you mean. This place is a wound, and you're bleeding through it.
Sound effect. Radio crackles with loud static, no voice, only interference.
Your father's heart. 3rd bypass surgery last year. You still blame yourself for not insisting on a different surgeon. Your grandmother, the way she drifted away in this hospital's memory ward. You come here every night to make peace with ghosts.
How do you know that?
I know everyone who passes these halls. Pain makes you visible, that's how it finds you.
Who locked you here?
The founders, the first doctors and nurses who built these walls. They hoped bricks and faith would keep me contained, but neglect feeds me. Loss, regret. You've all helped.
Footsteps echoed down the hall. At least, he thought they did. Eli turned, but no one was there.
I can't be real. This isn't happening.
Oh, but it is. Hospitals are full of broken stories, Eli. I only borrow the shape that scares you the most.
Eli's mind raced. If this was a dream, it was one with all the clinical detail of waking life. The patient's wrists bore old, yellowed hospital bands, too faded to read, alongside carvings in foreign symbols and words he couldn't place.
What are you?
A keeper of hunger. Not a ghost, not quite a demon. I am what you leave behind in places like this.
Why are you telling me all this?
You're the first to open this door in years, the first to truly listen. Most are blind, lost in their routines. But you see. You want to heal. I need someone like you, Eli, to unseal what was buried. All you have to do is set me free, Eli. Open the lock. The pain will stop for you and everyone else.
A cold certainty flooded Eli's chest. He hesitated. He could almost taste the relief. His father's suffering erased, his own guilt gone. Then he saw it. The sealed room wasn't for the patient's safety, but everyone else's. He'd come here to mend wounds, not feed them. Eli fumbled with the chain, then turned and dashed for the door.
Sound effect? Icy, disembodied laughter echoes as Eli runs down the corridor.
Later, at the station, no room marked. The charge nurse knew nothing. Eli never told, but he knew. The presence inside was still waiting for another wound.